Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome to the Centurions Review. Today we're going to be doing a mini review of Heart Attack Escape from the Old Folks Home. First I'll play a couple turns here so you get the gist of the rules, and then Len and I will do a short review of it. Essentially what's going on is you're in an old folks home and your evil children have put you there, and you hear on the loudspeaker that some youth movement has taken over the world, and they've determined that all people over the age of 30 will be executed. However, one person in each old folks home will be allowed to live, so they've booby-trapped all these old folks homes, and the first person to exit from each of those will survive. So anyhow, how the game's played is first each side gets 5 room deck cards and 5 action deck cards, and then after they do that you search your cards and look for instants, or they call them play it nows. Alright, I do have a must play immediately here, so I discard that and draw another. Let's check this guy here. He's got one must play immediately, so we'll draw another card for him. That's a pass key. And this has 2 must play immediately, so we'll replace those. Alright, so that's the opening of the game, and then the person who owns the game goes first. What you're trying to do is you're trying to put down room cards, and each room card is part of a quad. That's part of quad 2, that's part of quad 1. So let's play a turn or two here. So this guy will go first. He can either choose a card from his room deck or choose a card from his action deck. Most of the action deck stuff, it either allows you to draw cards take cards from your opponents, or attempt to give them a heart attack and they're saved. So if you try doing like a chemical attack and they have save chemical, it will save them from having a heart attack. If they do have a heart attack, then the last room they played, they have to discard. So first he chooses which he's going to use, room deck or action deck. He's going to use room deck here, so he draws an additional room deck card. This one's must play immediately, so this will happen instead of his turn. Alzheimer moment, lose last room, so that gets thrown away and his turn is done. Let's go to the other guy here. He's got 2 pass keys. Pass keys are what you use to score your rooms. All 3 of these are from the same quad, so this guy's actually got a good deck here. So he's going to play... Oops, I was supposed to draw a card. So that one's from quad 1. So he plays physical therapy. And then next turn he could play an infirmary, a bedroom, or a bathroom next to it. They have to be part of quad 3, of course. So this guy will go next. And just to show you how action cards work, so he draws 1 here because he's going to use his action card deck. Alright, so he's going to draw 2 from his opponent. So he'll play this and then randomly draw 2 from his action deck here, so he'll just take these 2. And he got a heart attack, electrical, and save physical. Alright, so this guy's going to go here, and he's going to play some rooms. So he draws 1. And he places a bedroom, which is +2. Now that we're talking about scoring, how this will score is the one in the first position is worth 1, the one in the second is worth 2, third is 3, fourth is 4th, and then the 5th goes back to 1, 6th is 2, 7th is 3, 8 is 4th, and they score these when they play a pass key. Alright, so back to the other guy here. This guy needs to start his quad here. So play, oops, I always forget to draw a card here. Draw a card first, and then he will play a laundry. Alright, and this guy here goes, he draws a card. He'll go to physical therapy here. Alright, and this down here, this guy's up again, so he's going to draw a card and go. And he'll play a patio. And this guy here will go And he has no more quad 3, so he's going to play a pass key to score everything. So he does that, so he gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the bonus points 7, 8, 9. So he scored 9 for that. So the game will go until someone's scored 40 points, if that's what you've agreed to, or if you've agreed to 20. I wouldn't recommend 20. The game will be done in like 10 minutes. But yeah, 40's a good point total to go to. Anyhow, Len and I will do our mini review now. Hey guys, Dave here.
And I'm Len.
Today we are going to do a little review of Heart Attack Escape from the Old Folks Home. I got this in Kansas City at a miniatures convention called Border Wars. A guy was selling it for $1, so I was like, all right, I'll try it. But I've had this for more than several years, and we finally got a chance to try it. It's actually not bad. It's kind of fun. Very, very simple to learn. Plays really quick. We just played like 3 or 4 games in a matter of like an hour and 15 minutes. So it's definitely a pickup game. My only complaint about it is the action cards in it don't seem to have much of an effect on the game. They typically give like a heart attack, which causes your opponent to, or excuse me, gives your opponent a heart attack, which causes him to discard his last room, which doesn't affect the game much. If they had like heart attack cards that caused them to like discard the last 2 rooms or all their rooms, well then, yeah, you'd be definitely looking through your action cards, but most of the game I don't even bother looking at them. I just play rooms, and it seemed to be a better strategy. But what are your thoughts on the game?
I agree. There are 2 cards. There's the yellow cards and the blue cards. And after the first round, I've hardly played any of the blue cards. Mm-hmm. And part of it is like, there was like, I'd be looking at them and says, okay, heart attack, lose a room if you're in a bedroom or blah, blah. List 3 rooms, and Dave wasn't in any of those 3 rooms, so those things were worthless. And it seemed like the yellow cards, if you just play just the yellow cards, it's like a game of gin rummy where you just collect the cards and add up the points. Mm-hmm. So it actually made for a nice, quick game, even though the concept is kind of sick.
Oh yeah, I forgot to go over the concept for this. The concept for this is your evil children have put you in a retirement home, and some youth movement has taken over the world, and they've decided they're going to kill everyone over the age of 30. But however, since they're such nice guys, they're allowing 1 person from each old folks' home to live. So they've booby-trapped the old folks' homes, and the first person in the old folks' home to make it out of it will be the one who lives. So it's kind of a weird thing.
It's like an Outer Limits episode or something from the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Actually, this is probably inspired by Vox Day. He's a blogger who had these witty things about the baby boomers dying. And he's like, the sooner the better.
Yeah.
And your turn is coming, baby boomer.
It reminds me a little of, do you remember the original, not the later Star Treks, the original Star Trek? There was an episode where Captain Kirk and I think Spock went to some planet, and the planet was populated completely by children. I don't know, there was some reason, like when they reached a certain age, they became monsters or something, or they died. I can't remember what it was exactly, but it reminds me of that episode a little bit. Of
course, we mustn't forget the Logan's Run, where everybody dies before they're 30 or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever saw that one. I've heard of Logan's Run, but I don't think I've ever saw it.
There's a movie and a television series.
Gotcha.
So, that kind of, like I said, it's a strange concept. Once you get over the sick joke behind the game, it's actually fun to play.
Yeah, it is.
So,
all right, that's all we got, guys. This is just a mini review here. We'll have something new for next weekend. Have a good evening.